Hello and welcome to the annual Hart Men's Lacrosse Media Day. I am your host and Hart correspondent, Reagan Harrell. Next up, we are joined by the Mount Vernon Nazarene University Cougars head coach Ryan Farr and senior Josh Jerome. Coach Josh, thank you so much for joining us. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, doing good. We again appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. Coach, year one in the Hart last year, your squad had a solid season. Entered the tournament as the number 3 seed. Can you recap the year for us last year and what was it like first year in the Heart of America?
I mean, it was stellar. We had a great time. I mean, one of the things, when we first entered the Heart and got the invitation, and really even just when it became a conversation, one of the things that we were really excited about was not just simply the level of play that we knew we would see. Obviously, having 4 out of the 6 teams, even in a small conference, were ranked receiving votes last year. We knew that was going to be a part, but also just the solid athletic departments and solid programs that we would be around. And that was certainly our experience last year. Great competition, through the year, ton of fun, ton of parity. So it was a really, really fun season for us. And we're looking forward to the next one.
Very nice. Well, Coach, can you introduce us to Josh? Tell us a little bit what he means to your program.
Well, we chuckle about that, Josh and I, because and we call him it's Josh Jerome. We call him Rome. But Rome's been here. This is his 5th year, obviously taking a COVID year, this year. So he's been around here for a long time and part of our initial varsity class that we brought in. So one of the things that's always been really special about Rome is he's a culture guy. We talk about having guys that are the ideal MVNU lacrosse athlete, and he's been that. He's gone through a lot of growth here. That's another great thing is gone from young pup, young freshman who's now just a senior leader for us and is an awesome example to our players, and obviously is an awesome example on the field. He's played 3 different positions since he's been here.
Offense, short safety, midi, LSM. Now I'm just
And he's just back and forth. Now he's our Swiss Army knife. So again, means a lot to our program. So we're excited to have him back for this final year, last dance for Josh Jerome.
I get it wrong. I remember my first time entering college football 18. I'm definitely a little bit more mature after my senior year this year. But yeah, man, you're originally from Mesa, Arizona. Talk to us about how the sport of lacrosse is in Arizona. Pretty popular?
So I would say, like, I was born in Arizona. I'm a military kid, so I moved around a lot growing up and stuff like that. So just from what I've known, it's grown pretty much the whole West Coast. And I mean, I go home for Christmas and everything like that, and I go out to the fields and just try to practice. But there are kids out there that are doing pickup games like I see for like basketball or football and stuff like that. So it's been pretty nice out there to see it grow.
Very nice. And you said you're military kid. Tell us a little bit about your lacrosse journey. When did you start playing the sport? How did you end up at Mount Vernon Nazarene?
So for lacrosse, I went to high school in North Carolina, and I was playing football at that time, and my teammates were like, "You gotta play lacrosse, man. You'll enjoy it a lot more." And I was like, "I'm not gonna do it, but all right, fine, I'll do it." And so I went out to practice first day, and I told my teammates, and I was like, "Dude, I actually really like this. Like, I love this. This is fun. It's free flowing. I don't like, yeah, I gotta follow the rules, but I can do my own thing." And I started playing my senior year of high school, and it was something that's just super easy to pick up. And then one day, I'm just playing Xbox and I get a message on like my field app or whatever I was on trying to get recruited. And Coach Farr messaged me on that. And then maybe a week, 2 weeks later, I came up for a visit and I told my mom, I was like, this is the place I want to be.
Very nice. Well, Rome, tell us a little bit about this year's team. How much fun have you had with the group and practicing with them, getting ready for the season?
Man, it's been a blast. The freshmen that are coming in, I mean, I could tell they're hungry. They want to play and everything like that. And when we first started practice, they thought that, they were the guys in high school. So, and I was telling them, I was like, hey, like in college, dude, you got to play as a team because if you don't, it's not going to end right. But it's been super fun and everything like that. We have some of my other teammates, they took their grad year and everything like that. So it's been fun, building with them, like Brett Townsend and Micah Rex, all of us, the senior leaders, like we just grow with everybody, everyone on the team. We all respect each other in different aspects. So I'm super excited for what we have to come up this upcoming season.
Awesome. Coach, your team's already off to a good start, 11-7 win over Hiram College. What were some highlights from that in the season opening win?
Oh yeah, I mean, well, our early season games and for Ohio, we're very different. This is D3, D2 country. NAI. There's only one other NAI team over here, Lord's University up in Toledo. So we've got probably feels like 15 to 20 NCAA schools really close to us. So we always open the season with some local competition, which is fun. We do that from a recruiting standpoint as well. Those are the games that people recognize. But it was really good. Hiram's in a really good conference. With being in the NCAC, which is a really, really good D3 conference, we were excited to get that test early. It was really good for our young guys. We have a very funny mix of experience and youth on our team this year. And so that was an amazing game to get our young guys out and get them playing at a college pace. And I mean, you could just even see over the course of the game, those guys start to pick up some things. And, we think we're a team that's going to improve exponentially week to week, leading up into our NAI and eventually our Heart Conference schedule. So we were really excited for that test. It was certainly a fun one to get to be a part of. So.
What else do you hope to see from your squad in these upcoming non-conference games?
Growth. I mean, we're trying to be more focused as a team on the next game. I think something happened last year. We got ranked for the very first time, and there was a lot of excitement around that, which was fun. But there was also, I think, a little bit of distraction of maybe seeing the season as 3, 4, 5 weeks out. Where are we going to be, instead of just focusing on the next game? So one of the things that we challenged our guys with very early in the fall, we're continuing into the spring, is each one of these games is important. Each one is a building block towards the next. And so we've been trying to avoid, what's going to happen in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. For right now, it's what's going to happen at Teal this Saturday. That is our primary focus. And we want to be like that the whole season.
Awesome. Josh, you said when you went on your visit, you knew immediately, you told your mom, hey, this is where I'm gonna be, and you've been there throughout your college career. How much have you enjoyed the experience of playing lacrosse at MVNU?
Man, it's been great. Coming just from moving around so much, I had the home feeling of the Cougars and everything like that. Like the brotherhood, it's been amazing. I've loved every second of it. Of course, every kid's gonna say, "Oh, there's ups and downs and everything like that," but it's adversity and you just gotta go through it. But I loved it.
For fans in the conference realm that haven't been to Mount Vernon Nazarene's campus and are in the Mount Vernon community, can you describe it for us and what it's like to be a student athlete there?
Yeah, of course. It's small. I'll say Mount Vernon is pretty small. I come from like a bigger town and stuff like that, but the community wraps around all of us. Like every sport, we all support each other. We're the men MVNU lacrosse. We're at basketball games. We're at volleyball games. We're at everything, and they come out and support us as well. So it's been amazing for everything like that. And you just got to find the most fun that you can around it in a small town with the guys.
Yeah, what's your major at MVNU, and what are some of your career plans after?
So I'm getting my master's in organizational leadership, and then after graduation, I'll be going back home, and I'm going to go into the United States Air Force.
That's awesome. Obviously appreciate that, and thank you for your future service. Coach, can you tell us a little bit about your lacrosse journey? When did you get into coaching, and what is it about lacrosse that makes it part of your life?
Oh yeah, so I actually had a really similar journey to Rome, only mine was later in life. I actually went to college, a D2 school, to play football. I was a wide receiver, and when we got there, it was kind of like the explosion of college lacrosse. So I was recruited in college to play lacrosse because they're like, listen, you're a warm body, you're a wide receiver. I was a quicker guy, I had good hands, and could pick up the stick work. And it was so funny. Football was always my first love. And then, I picked up a stick, and it was like, I just gravitated towards lacrosse where, I came in freshman year, a football guy. I really felt like I left senior year of college, a lacrosse guy. The plan for me was always to go coach football. I had everything lined up. I'm one of those guys. I have a 3, a 5, a 10-year plan. And I'd already talked to my high school coaches about going back and what it would look like for me to get to a point where I was a head coach at a high school program. And, I went home, and it was just around that time in my area, also a growing lacrosse area here in Ohio, that they started lacrosse. And so I was able to pick it up then. And, here I am. This is my 11th, 12th year of coaching. going to 6th year here at MVNU, and I did, so 6 years at the high school level. And I mean, I just absolutely loved it. And it's been fun, not only just to grow as a player back when I was playing, but now to grow as a coach. We go through the same things that our players do. Rome is a completely different player that freshman year to now, completely different position too. And it's been awesome to grow as a coach too. I was a completely different coach coming in than I am now. And I think that's the fun part about this sport, is just the growth that you go through in a number of different ways. So,
Hey, where'd you play college ball at?
so I was at Malone University, just north of Canton. Didn't want to rep them too much because we recruit against them. So, and we played against them last year too. But that's my alma mater.
I was just wondering, seeing if you played in the in my double A. I played at Lincoln University my freshman year before I transferred down to Weber International. Rome, does he get out there and show off some of the footwork, or is he a little bit more on the sidelines more now?
I'm the old guy now. I was doing okay to stay
It's a little
alive.
mixture. It's a little mixture. I'll give him that. There are times where he lets the young guys get it, but then if they start messing up, he's like, "All right, get out of my way. I'm going to show you how it's done." And it's a little bit slower than what it used to be,
Oh,
but
gosh,
it's still there.
The lost the steps is what you got in there, Coach. Sport lacrosse is a really quick season. How do you work with the team in such a packed schedule of practice and everything else that goes into it?
Yeah, well, and this year was even shorter preseason for us, because I mean, we came back and first game was February 3rd, which is the earliest that we've ever started. But we were confident in that. Like we were confident in the challenge. Like we have a good fall ball. We've had a great strength and conditioning program this year. Our strength and conditioning coach Ellis Gallion is just absolutely amazing. So we kind of went into this year knowing we were going to start early. And I think some of the things that we kind of, I guess, took into account there was, one, that was going to be a big part of it. But two, we just challenged our guys. We said, hey, we're going to get back, and there cannot be this like kind of dip your toe back into lacrosse. Like, you've got to come back having worked on some things. You've got to come back ready to give game level effort. And they did that. And honestly, I mean, you could probably speak to it, but I thought that was a more fun this year of knowing, hey, we got 3 weeks to get going. Like, the practices were much more intense. They were much more competitive. And honestly, we like to compete. So I think that's a fun aspect of it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, Rome, from a player's standpoint. What'd you think of that?
Yeah, we did our getting into lifting and everything like that. We all like really challenged each other, from the freshmen all the way up to the grad students and everything. And especially for practices, we all like looked at each other and we're like, all right, we got a game. We got to like really step up, because our conference is super hard. Like, there's respect for every single team in that conference. So all of us looked at each other and we're like, you know what, we're going to play like how William Penn will play us, Benny, or any of the other teams in the conference. So it's been great. I've loved every second of all the energy that we have in practice, and even of our lifting.
Awesome. Coach, obviously Rome's going to be a big part of the team. Who are some other players to watch out for you this year?
Absolutely. Well, we've got a really, what I would call a senior heavy defense. I know he mentioned Michael Rex, who's coming back, short stick defensive midfielder, all conference last year. Luke Modesto at Pole, who was defensive player of the year, defensive player of the year last year for the conference. And just a pretty solid D with Kalen Tran and Preston Barnes there as well. So we know that's going to be a senior heavy group. Our offense is a little bit of a mixed bag. Brett Townsend, one of the assist leaders in the NAIA, is back for us this year and running the show over there. But also bring back Matt Quire, one of our players. But then we got Caleb Santford coming in, Jonathan Hall offensively, Tyler Dickerson, another returner. So it's a mixed bag all over. We're really excited just about the unit that we're putting together, and I do love that blend of some of these older guys, the elder statesmen, pouring into this next generation of these up and coming young talents. I think it's gonna be a really interesting dynamic this year.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to it. Coach Rome, my apologies. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck 2024, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you guys so much.